Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Group Chat. I am your co-host, host for today, Daniel Guzmano. Guys, listen, it is currently the AM. It's currently 8:07. I went to bed at 10:30, woke up at 5 a.m. What a busy day I had today. A lot's going on, but you guys are like, hi, where's QT? Where's Jordan? We don't give a fuck about you. Guys, listen, QT was looking, y'all need to go to her page, at Corey Tyler Q or ITYLER. She was looking so hot. I think she was in St. Thomas, St. Mark. She was somewhere. And the mom's great. Like, she just looked so good. She was on one of my islands, and she'd be doing her big one. So we got her covered. Jordan be getting a new job. Shout out to his old job that he quit, that he really didn't like. I don't know if I can say that, but I said it. I digress. I'm unemployed. So hello. I'm filling in for the people. They're getting their shit together. So don't worry. We're going to recap episodes 8 and 9 of Survivor. And you know I love to yap. And I've been ready to talk about this for 2 weeks. I'm not playing with you hoes. So let's get into it, guys. If you want to skip to episode 9, it's probably going to be halfway through this video. So sorry. I don't know. I talked to the editor, Jordan, about getting that split somewhere. I don't know. But I'm just going to tell you what it is. So we're going to do episode 8. This is after D left. So if you already are like, Daniel, this is old news. We don't give a fuck about your thoughts. Move on. That's totally fine. You guys can do it. But we're going to go into it. So here's the thing. We start off episode 8 with Jonathan literally coming and acting like he did something. Get the fuck away from me. Something about Jonathan rubs me so fucking wrong. And I just think it's like a man who thinks he's better and knows more than he actually does. And given, I want to also say this is an edited show, right? Like, what we are seeing from an edit, it could be completely different from who you are as a human being. So like, never give any of these bitches hate or like whatever. It's like the deepest level is so not there. I want to put that, like, I'm putting this down so somebody can clock me on another video. I'm saying it right fucking here now. Any beef I ever have with anybody or any strategy or whatever, I'm only know. It's like RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm telling you, you only know half the story. So do I like hate Jonathan as a human being? No. But as a game player, do I beef with it? 100%. Two different entities. And one's real and one's not. So like, let's not like, so when y'all want to do your little finger typing, y'all want to act up, you better watch the fuck out because y'all don't know what's going on. Hello. So we're moving on. I don't know. Jonathan acting like big, bad, and tough, but also going back to it, fuck Jonathan on the island. Dead ass. Now he could be lovely in real life. I'm not talking about real life. We get into that later. Then Coach saying he ran the vote, got vengeance for what? What was the vengeance for D? I don't understand. Like, it's this whole holier than thou like bullshit. The hair's looking rough, and we're just not going to speak about it. Giving the holier than thou bullshit. I don't fucking know. And I look, okay, listen, guys, I got to use a desk lamp because I'm using a light for like another thing. And I'm just looking so white right now. Like, just let me live. Okay, there's no tan, and that's okay. And like, I will get a tan after this. I'm so sorry. You guys are gonna be like, my eyes. I digress, my ADHD. But yeah, Coach is like, vengeance for what, bitch? Like, get fucking away from me. Tiff saying your enemy today can be your ally tomorrow. That's so new era thinking. And it's to like, this is what I want to tell for everybody talking about strategy, like in this show. It's what power do you have? Like, I would say this, if you have the upper hand, sure, your enemy tomorrow can be your ally today. That's if you have the upper hand. But if you don't, bitch, fuck them. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And I think there's a power balance within all of these shows. Survivor, Big Brother. I was going to say Amazing Race, but really not really. But you look at these strategy shows where, yeah, you have to look at it where it's like, okay, I might do a little bit of a weird move, but like I can do it because I'm not in a position where like I have to really worry, or like I can move that way because I want to. But I think everybody thinks they're in that position. And like there's always someone on top. Do you guys know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. Like when you're in an alliance and someone makes a final four with you, in your brain, you have to say, is this final four good for me or is it good for them? And I just have to pretend to go along with it. Are we following? Do we understand 1 + 1 = 2? Always think that with your alliances, with your final two. So, okay, we have a final two, but is it because they think they can beat me, or like, are they just not aloof? Are they just airheaded to the fact that like they think otherwise? So take that into account with everything you guys do. Okay, so then we start going into the challenge, and then I think this is where Jeffy's saying shit about redoing teams. I'm like, oh Lord of Jesus. And everybody got it, or this is before Jeff says the teams, but everybody kind of has to like split into teams, whatever, and one person isn't going to be in it. A few people kind of raise their hands. Sari obviously is one of them, and she says, listen, I don't want for somebody to be like, I don't want you to be on my team. It's like, rest in peace, my diva. Her Shot in the Dark gets picked out, and she's there. We'll talk about that in 5 seconds. But the teams are Jonathan, Tiff, Aubrey, Devins, Rizzo, Emily, Jonathan, Christian, Stephanie, Ozzy, Chrissy, Coach. And then Coach says it wasn't him who wanted Tiff out and doesn't take accountability. But like Tiff's like, it's just like where'd the honorableness go? Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's very much like girl and coach is a whole nother like fucking like men I can't fucking stand here. We go to the competition and then Jeff is like, yo, Sari, since you ain't got shit, you go in a fucking exile, ho, but you're safe. That part. Okay, and someone said it, a twist where it benefits Sari, groundbreaking, never before seen, life-changing, really. And I said, right, that's right. Why is this one hair wanting to stick up and just annoy the fuck out of me today? But I'm like, yeah, get into it. So then we do the first part of the challenge. Honestly, guys, I don't remember the first part of the challenge. Oh, I think it was something to do. This was like the bridge and like right. It had to be the bridge. You had to be like doing things or you had to like shoot. You had to throw the ball up. Like my brain in this being 2 weeks ago is like actually like fucking insane. You have to throw the ball, has to go through the hoop. You have to go through the little bit of you have to catch it. You have to move on. Then you have to do whatever. Cool. Jonathan, Tiff get it. Ozzy, Stephanie get it. Aubrey and Devins get it. And I was kind of like rooting for Aubrey and Devins because I knew they were on the bottom end of the totem pole, but like so we were figuring that out. Period. End of discussion. Sari then goes to the islands, and then it's like, yo, you have to search for 2,000 fucking, you have to search 2,000 coconuts and find this emblem. If you do, you get to go back on the island and you get to vote. Now, given what I didn't say before is, since you're in these pairs, you either win as a pair or you lose as a pair. Now, hold the fuck on. Me not telling you who won this was crazy in the notes. Like that wasn't in my notes of like who won. I'm like, we're just jumping through it. We'll get back to that. Well, I'll tell you right now. They have to do the little puzzle, the little and who wins? Jonathan and Tiff. I mean, I love Tiff. Honestly, Tiff, thank God she's getting what she deserves. Here's the thing. We didn't get a lot of confessionals from Tiff, and maybe they were just like starving us so like they would feast us later on, and I'm okay with it now because I'm like, yeah, correct. But if she was given fucking confessionals like that the whole season, why would you starve us from that? Back to Sari. The couple, one of the people who gets voted out, the couples go home. We've been new. Sari has to find the coconuts, guys. Her strategy was so bad and like, love you, my diva, and you found your shit anyway. So what can I fucking really say? For anybody who ever goes on Survivor, anybody who goes on any other reality TV show, let me give you a hint. And you guys can DM me when you guys get on and you do good. And you can say, I remember listening to Daniel and he told me this shit, period. That part. They're never going to make it easy for you. So when she just started looking right where she was, mama, you know that they did not put that fucking emblem there. There's also a bunch where it's like, let's say there's 50 keys. The keys are never going to be on one end or the other. What I would recommend is like cut it in the middle and go one way, cut it in the middle and then go the other way. It is never going to be early because they want to film. They want it to be stressful. They want it to be anxiety. So Sari literally looking 2 inches from her and looking at coconuts, mama, you know that fucking emblem ain't there. But guess what? She got to it in the end. She had this beautiful vulnerable moment and she got, I said, that's mother right there. Names being floated at camp: Aubrey, Devins, Coach, and Chrissy. Chrissy says, don't sing, don't do no haikus, no nothing. Chrissy said, bitch, you're in fucking timeout because you can't be fucking trusted. And honestly, the grown man coach was like, I mean, you probably right. I'm gonna go in this little fucking hammock and then I'm gonna still do my shit. I'm like, whatever. Chrissy now wants to go for Rizzo. Mama, like, let me tell you this. When you're at the bottom of the fucking train, like you, and I mean this respectfully, you ain't shit. Do you know what I mean? What I'm saying is your name's getting floated. Like it's kind of like people, people don't fuck with coach that much, right? You thinking you have any sway to like completely like even change the target? Crazy. Should have hopped on the Aubrey Devins train and like really pushed that. Like I don't know why we're trying to bring in someone who's not even a part of the equation. That's a little bit crazy. Whatever. Sari comes back on the beach and gathers the children. So funny. Everybody's like, yeah, I think we need to do Aubrey and Devins. And then literally she's on the beach for 2 seconds. She's like, we gonna do Coach and Chrissy. And then they're like, what? And Ozzy, I wouldn't even have thought of that. And she's like, the fuck? Yeah. Girl, I fucking love that bitch. I mean, mother is just circles and circles. And so like, she's just like, it's her time. And I think nobody in America, I think wars would be over. I think the unhoused would be housed. I think everybody would be fed in America. Obviously, I'm being facetious, everyone. If you fucking drag me and try to like cancel me for some bullshit, like this is not it for you. But I think Sari Fields winning Survivor 50 would change lives, truthfully. Like any international wars, done. Like world peace, succeeded. It's what I need. Sari then says, once Chrissy said Rizzo's name, it was done. And that's mother. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, Sari, I don't give like, and y'all are like, why does she make it so far on these seasons? It's because like she is in a sense, like a woman to her word of like, if she's with you, she's with you. And if she rocks with you, she rocks with you, period. Anybody would want that. If I was on any show with Sari, I mean, if God blessed me on this earth, it would be like, and here it is. That's that. Okay, Joe wants to keep him in, and Joe wants to keep Coach in, and I'm over here like, Joe, like, it's just like at some point you got to let it go. You know what I mean? Like, again, at some point you need to look at it and say, I ain't shit, right? I'm not gonna push too hard because if I do push, I'm gonna be at the bottom of that barrel. So we're standing on morals and on business for what? And okay, coach starts singing, bitch, bye. Like, it's just giving, like, I don't even know what's going. I don't know how you pass the psyche eval. That's nor here nor there. That should get checked out later on in life. We go to tribal council, and I hated this. There was nothing I hated more, honestly. Can I be real with every single one? And when Devin makes the idol move, this was not it. Like, you were safe, bitch. Like, I don't, and again, I don't know what you did know or what you didn't know, but I'm like, I'm sure someone told you along the realm, like, you were good. Cause like, for some reason, like, Aubrey did not seem like she was sweating at all. So don't really know what that was fucking about. And that was just like, okay, like, no one's even giving you their farewells. That was weird. Steph asking to see it, icon. Like, she was like, pull it out. And he's like, bitch, no. And honestly, like, fair, like, low key. Like, it's almost just like, even if I did have it, I'd be like, no. I mean, no, if I had, I don't know. I feel like at this point, I'm like, if you ain't showing it to me, bitch, I'm fucking voting your ass out. So up to you. Put it on it. Thank you. And then I just put, I hate Jonathan. Don't know what that was about, but I stand my 50 toes on it. I loved when Rizzo said, thanks, Chrissy, after the vote. Rizzo just didn't give a fuck. I mean, at that point, Rizzo was like, bitch, you're going home. Anyways, thanks for the vote. Mama, she's still on jury, and we might need that vote later on. You know what? Not too much. Not Riz. Not too much. Given, I don't give a fuck about it. Not too much. And then Joe looking shocked like he runs this. Like he runs this. I don't know why that wasn't even English, but like maybe Joe looked shocked. Apparently, I saw in an interview where like Joe just wrote Chrissy's name down, and then they forced him to go write Coach's name down because he was like trying to do it on principle. Bitch, just vote him out. Like, I don't like. Can I be honest? Like, if we look at the 49 winners of Survivor, and you guys buffs would understand more than I would, but it gets to the point where it's like, what are we doing here? Like, how many people won standing on merit instead of one playing strategic? Like, if you put 2 and 2 at the end, who got rewarded just being honest, and then who got rewarded just being strategic? Like, I think there's such an imbalance. Like, I don't think people like, you were so honest. Like, play the game. Like, and I think there's so many, I think Survivor more so than any other show, like, that is super fans. Like, I feel like if you're on Survivor, you want to be on Survivor. I could be wrong, but I just feel like you want to be on there. And I think people respect game, and like, you were able to get me, and like, whatever, just own your shit. Again, guys, what I will say to everybody till the day I die, own your shit, own your game. When you're in a final 3, a final 2, own everything. You're not going to get anything. I really didn't do that. I really didn't do that. Babes, it's never going to work for you. Whatever. Going on to episode 9, let's get into it. Devin tells Emily that he actually doesn't have an idol. Why we're trusting Emily Flippin with any information is literally so far beyond me. Like, I don't even know what she has going on here. I don't know if her pre-gaming was, if she did pre-game, I don't know. But if she did, I don't know. Honestly, it should be studied at a doctorate level, like at a collegiate level, like dead the fuck ass. Why are we telling this bitch shit? Don't know. And here we fucking are. And then I said, Stephanie being smart, playing nice and low key. This is given old school. And this is what I needed from her. I feel like maybe like old school her would have just like fucking called a bitch out and like moved on. But she's like, guys, I get it. Like, this down the third, whatever, blah, blah. Yeah. It's called damage control. Figure that out. I actually told somebody this recently, where I said, if you're ever playing a game, damage control, if it's being done to you, is never fucking real and genuine. Given I'm not saying you shouldn't do damage control because some people aren't smart enough to get it, but like, if you're ever sitting in a situation and people are like, I couldn't tell you because of this, and I couldn't tell you, just know that's bullshit, and you're at the bottom of whatever fucking totem pole that is, and revert and move on, right? Remember that. Next, I said, I think Devin move was stupid. I do. I think Devin's move was stupid. I think it puts an unnecessary target on his back. I think it's just very much like, okay, so he did this for what? Like, we're still so far into the game. Like, we still have so much time left and there's so many numbers to split votes. I just think this was stupid. I think to kind of play the idol thing would have been good at like a 7, 8, like a 7. Because then it's like you take it at 7, no one votes for you. You say you're going to play it at 6, no one votes for you. It's 5, it's the last time to do it or whatever. Are people really going to risk that vote, right? I think we did it way too early because it's like now people can just split votes, which we see happens later on in this episode. Great. I said Jonathan trying to make moves with Joe to get Ozzy. I was like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Again, it just goes to like, I think Jonathan thinks he has much more stake in this game than he actually does. And there's just, I don't like, there's just this arrogance about him. And there's just this like, and I'm just like, no. How you move is like, you think you've done something. You haven't. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. I don't know. It is. And maybe I just like have a problem with like men in general, and like that should honestly be studied at a different level. But no, I just think there is like when you think like you just were on the opposite side of the vote. Now that you're coming in thinking you can make a plan to do something else from someone who is so insulated by so many people, I'm like, where the fuck are we going? Then I said Jonathan and Aubrey potential team up. I mean, I get it. Like, it's time. Like, there is and I always say this. Like, when there is a big majority, like there will always be cracks, and there will always be a moment where it is time to strike, and you kind of need to rally up the bottom feeders in a way to like figure it out. Like Aubrey has been such a like lone agent for so long. I'm happy somewhat, even if it's Jonathan, but it's like it makes sense to go to her. Like she like. And we're getting down in numbers where if you just chip away at one side a little bit and you're able to gather this person, you can really make some moves in the game. And it's just watching that dynamic. So whatever. Then Devin calls out Joe, and for what? Yeah, this was like weird. Like the whole like Devin's thing of like like him questioning Joe, and I'm over here like you almost got like you might get sent home tonight. Like I don't like you're in no position to be like blah 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 blah. Like do what Steph did and just like play it cool and move on. Like that's just not gonna like. But they've had contentions for a while now, so like I think they're just done. But I just find it so hard to believe. And like, given the show I did, The Circle is so much different than Survivor and Big Brother and whatever. I just find it so hard to believe like people cannot hold their tongues for $1 million. Like for me, I'm like, I'm just going to cuss you out in the confessional. Like maybe it's because I did a theater background. Like I did theater in high school and in college. So like, I just like, I'm really good at being fake to someone's face of just like smiling and like moving on with my life. I don't fucking know. But like $1 million is on the line and like, you can't keep it together. Given you're hungry and you're sleep deprived, whatever, but $1 million. We have like 8 days left, 7 days left. Nothing in your head is just saying smile and say everything's all good and like you can't wait to move forward with each other in the game. Okay. Weird. Then Jonathan wants to flush the idol and get rid of Christian. Honestly, like this was kind. But again, it just goes into the whole like guys, I say this all the time. I love great players who just like do it and aren't like I'm a great player and I'm doing that. I just love someone who's like, okay, like I did this, cool, like we got to move on. And I think Dee was very much like that on her season. She just like is the first one that comes to mind of just someone who was like had a hold of the game, but it was never like, bitch, I'm fucking better than every single one of you. No, like she did her big one and she did what she needed to do. I don't know why I was just thinking about this and did it like at that level, but it was never like it's like Paul from Big Brother, like that he was so infuriating because it was just so like the cockiness was just like oozing out of him. And I'm like, get away from me, get away, please. Hated that. So this one I'm over here just like, I don't know. I just would love a little bit more humbleness and a little bit more like, okay, like listen, obviously we need to flush that idol out. But like I think Christian's like in the middle. Like if I can find a way to get Christian like out of here, like maybe that can like help me navigate the game. It's like, Jonathan, you're at the bottom of the totem pole, but like acting like you're not an underdog. Like that you're not an underdog, but like that you're like I don't know. It's just everything just pisses me off. Wow, I have so many notes this episode. Like, what the fuck was I really on? Okay, then I said Christian going for Ozzy. Christian going for Ozzy and then telling Cirie and Devins literally should be studied in the Louvre. In what fucking world? Like, Christian, you're better than this. You know Cirie is probably working with Ozzy. I also think you're just so many people fail in this game in a lot of games because you overplay your hand. You do too much. There was like Christian, you already got rid of Mike and then you got rid of Angelina. Like you're just doing too much. Like sit back. Like, you'll be talking to this and talking to this and you're a big character. Like sit and like, it's just, you don't know. Like, and that's just, I don't know. Like that was just dumb. Cirie tells Ozzy and then is like, don't react, mother. Like she didn't even move. Christian came to her in the hammock, spoke. Ozzy came to Serena, spoke, and she just, I just love her. Like there's nothing wrong about her. And if anybody has anything bad to say about her, you're getting blocked. So we don't deal with that shit. You're getting banned. Get that shit out of here. We don't deal with that shit, whatever that fucking thing is. Cirie then tells Jonathan, which let me tell you why this is good. And this is why Cirie is such a master at these games. And for anybody else who wants to be on reality TV, take this. Here's the thing. When you can sit back and watch dynamics happen, whether it's in the house, whether it's on the island, wherever it's in life, if you can figure out how people feel about other people and use that to your advantage, period. Now, what I mean by that, Cirie knew that Jonathan felt some type of way about Christian for like crossing and whatever, and just like the shady, shifty gameplay. Cool. Cirie knew if I tell this information that Christian's now trying to like vote out Ozzy and like do blah, 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 and like now I feel some type of weird way about him, you're egging on what Jonathan's already thinking. Given whether you feel that way about Christian or not, it gets the target away from someone who you're working with, i.e. Ozzy. And this just, again, fuels Jonathan's fire of, yes, we have to get him out. He is shady. He is shifty. He is this. He blah, blah, right? And that's what you can do because some players are really bad and they show their hands of who people like and who people don't like, right? If you can notice that and you see how people are voting, what they're saying about each other at tribal, what's going around on the cam, you can use that information and then later on in the game fuel that fire and be like, Jonathan, this was so crazy, but like Christian did this and like it's making me think he's like really like he's playing too hard and he's doing too much. And then Christian's like, yes, oh my God, you see it. I get whether it's true or whether it's not, doesn't matter. You're adding fuel to the fire unintentionally and getting the target off of your alliance member onto somebody else. It's literally masterful, and I fucking love Cirie Fields here. Thank you. Next, we go to the competition. Jeff makes a wager, and the wager is who thinks they can outlast me. He needs 4 people. Ozzy, Joe, Tiff, and Jonathan are like, yeah, and if you can outlast if all of them outlast Jeff, they all get a shit ton of rice. If not, they don't get the rice, which I think is good. Like, this is a fun deal. This isn't like who's going to do it and lose a vote and give up your shot in the dark. Like, I think Jeff is like, this is Survivor 50. Like, let's just have fun. Like, this is cool. This is a cute little clip to put on for the previews and social media. Like, I love this. Who really gives a fuck? So I like this. Jeff makes it 7.5 minutes, but not enough. Didn't beat Ozzy, Joe, Tiff, and Jonathan. Given I think they said Tiff made it like 20 minutes on her season. I watched this challenge and like my hand hurt. Like I'm hurting. Given I think Jeff did a wrong thing of like holding it on the outs. I think he should have like held it more inside. Some people do with this. I don't fucking know what you should do here. But I'm like, yeah, Tiff, hello, only girl there. And she said, yeah, buckle the fuck up. Queen shit. Clock that. Joe wins immunity. I think they said Joe did it for an hour. Oh yeah, it was between like Joe and Ozzy, and then like Jeff was like, yeah, Joe did it for an hour on his season. Bitch, I'm dropping and I'm leaving. Fuck no. We're 20 minutes into this comp or however long we're into this comp. Have fun, Joe. I see those forearms. I gotta go. Yeah, no, you got me literally all the way fucked up. If you fucking think for a millifucking second I would have stood in there any longer. I said, I don't need anybody to think I'm stronger than I am. I gotta go. Ow, my forearms hurt. I gotta go. You literally, because again, Ozzy's won like 2 comps now. We're like maybe 2 comps or like a little bit more. No, push that target on Joe. Joe's had the immunity on his necklace around his neck for a minute. Take that. Thank you. Okay, Christian goes to exile because I don't know, they picked the fucking shot in the dark thing and they're like, all right, let's this always happens on anything on Survivor and Big Brother. The one person like you do not want to like potentially get an advantage like somehow ends up there. I don't know if that's like the universe just being like, y'all fucked around and find out, but like somehow Christian goes there. And like I think if I really wanted Christian out and I only saw there was a few people in the mix of who wanted to go to exile. Bitch, I'm getting me and my alliance to jump in. You want more names in that pot. Instead of Christian having a 1 in 4 shot of going to exile, he would then have a 1 in 8 shot at going. Everybody following what I'm saying here? I just think, but some people just let it happen. It's like, well, yeah, I'm not fucking with that. Cirie fighting with Emily about rice. She said if Emily brought up that rice one more time, I was writing her name down. I don't care. Cirie's Field stand account. And I know that's what everybody says, but it's deserved. So don't even hate on me and be like, you just follow what everybody says. Bitch, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I've seen 50 seasons of this show. That's fucking mother. Next. I mean, just also Emily, it just goes to it's $1 million. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, we really have 8, 7 days left. Like, I don't think the amount of rice people are so like, I really don't think it fucking matters. I also think they know it's like we have all these people on the island, like, we gonna do big cuts. We gonna do a 1 and a 2 and a 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do a little bit more extra rice. We're gonna have more rice than we had know how to deal with. Like, girl, if she said jump, I say how high. You know what I mean? Like, girl, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, it's just one of those things where is this worth for me to bring up? But Emily flipping don't give a fuck. And then Tiffany tells Devins she's hearing his name. This is smart by Tiff. I think Tiff is just what she does very good. And we saw it. Like, she was she was on the wrong side of the votes when Dee got voted out. People wanted to write her name down again. And I think what's so great about Tiff is she just kind of like fades a little bit into the background, and like it's little things, it's little strikes and little things she does that brings people in. Saying this to Devins like, hey, I'm hearing your name. Like, just watch out. It's not going to get back to about Tiff. Like, Devins is just going to do his own thing, figure out how not to get voted out. But she builds that trust with Devins, given that also could be a jury number when we get to jury. You know what I mean? Very smart by her. Love her. So then we go to the advantage thing that Christian has to do. And if he completes the puzzle in time, he gets an extra vote to put in the urn before tribal even happens, which is like, okay, I think even before even going back to camp, so you don't even know what the fuck is going on. And if he loses, we find out when he gets to the island. So he's doing this like really hard puzzle, and I think he only has like 4 minutes to do it, or 4 or 5 minutes to do it. I don't know if he should have done it in time. I mean, I think we've seen this puzzle and they've done this puzzle like 18 bazillion jillion times, given like he is a puzzle guy. He is very smart. So like, I'm not going to downplay that. You're hungry, you're tired, you're stressed out. Like, so much is going on here. So should he have got it done? I don't know. My brain says yes, because I'm like, we've seen this puzzle 18, like you know how it is. Like, I wonder how many pieces it actually was. I don't think it was like 50, right? I think it was like 20, maybe. I don't know. Given, like I said, I could go on and be Floppiana. And so again, I'm not going to shit on Christian too much. It's like, you're in a high pressure situation. What can you fucking do? Oh, and this is like the Jimmy Fallon, like, idol, whatever. So Christian goes back to camp, and he has to read in front of everybody his disadvantage, I guess. And he tells everybody that he has to vote for himself for the first time in Survivor history. He has to vote for himself. How do I feel about this? That's a great question. Thank you, viewers, for asking. I don't know. I think this is very interesting. I think telling the tribe is like one thing. I think what Survivor 50 is doing, and I think it's an interesting job, is they're putting these survivors in such predicaments, and it's more so the strong will rise to the top, or the cream will rise, to the top. And I think, yeah, I don't know. There's a part of me where I'm like, oh, like, whatever. Like, I kind of wish like some things were just back to normal. Like, I want to see the best player win. But I do think there is something to be said for getting faced with all these adversaries and who makes it out at the end. But then I think sometimes when we deal with that shit and you throw so much at the wall, it's kind of just like, you just got here because like things fell correctly for you a lot. And I don't know. I think for 50, it kind of is like, I want to see skill more. You know what I mean? I want to see skill, and I want to see strategy more, rather than like a twist. I mean, and that's like including the Blood Moon twist. It's including the duos twist. Like, I get it, but certain things feel so rushed to me, and it makes me feel like, I don't know. That's how I feel. I don't know how to explain it. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. It's like the twists are good, but then it also makes you think of like, is the best person really winning? And there is always luck in these games, but I feel like in seasons like this, there's so much luck. But I don't know. I think it's fine. I mean, Christian, I think, was going to go home regardless, so it's like, whatever. Then Christian gives his shot in the dark to Jonathan, which I think is smart. You have nothing to lose. I mean, but I also look at it where I'm like, Christian, you can't even use it. So like, I mean, thanks, but like at that point, what else can you do? So I don't really like hate it. Emily then now wants to go for Ozzy. Bitches never learn. Again, it goes back to Emily flipping. Like, I don't know what social currency you think you have in this game where like you're gonna flip a whole entire vote. Especially against someone like Ozzy, who Cirie is working with. So, and then you told Cirie that, and Cirie's just like, we know that's not gonna fucking work. Tiff and Cirie now want to go for Emily because they're like, this bitch is just too crazy and too chaotic. Correct. I mean, Emily, making it this far is honestly like insane to me. And again, there has to be something to do with like, I don't know, pregame. I don't know. And she might have not pregamed at all, but I just think like the fact that Emily Flippen has made so many mistakes this season and has played so recklessly this season, but like my thing is it wasn't even like strategic recklessness. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I think Q on his season, like it was strategic recklessness to like some extent, but I think for Emily, I'm like, what are we doing here? Like I feel like we're just like now just like doing shit to do shit, but like there's no motive behind it because like so much doesn't fucking make sense. Like, how are you still like surviving at this point? I feel like it's just because people like we'll get her when we get her kind of thing. I don't fucking know. Rizzo wants Christian. I mean, yeah, like yeah, like that does check out for him. And I think if Rizzo and Suri are on the same page, I mean, given it's like Christian said Aussie, and like it was just that was never gonna fly. And like I think Christian also has been playing a middle flippy floppy Anna kind of thing. And you, I don't know. I think in 50 you can't even like necessarily flip flop. I think you really have to like stay direct on like one side and then like hope that that side gets taken down so then you can cross over. But I think Christian is just I'm here one vote and I'm here next vote. Like there's no solid like feeling, and that's the problem is in this season when people are making solid like connections, it's hard to flip flop in between the two because then the two sides will just be like, well, fuck you. We go to tribal council, and then Christian goes up to the voting booth saying, "No more ideas from you. I look forward to hearing your apology." I don't know if you guys saw it, but then Christian did go on Jimmy Fallon, and it was very good. You guys should see it. It was like a 6-minute interview live with him, and it was very, very funny. I loved it. Christian ends up going home. Jonathan gave Christian his shot in the dark, and I think that was great jury management. I completely agree. I think shot in the darks are such a waste. I think it's only ever worked like 2 times in the history of Survivor. I don't give a fuck. Just put an extra idol on the island. Like I think shot in the darks for me are so like it's at this point it's like a waste of space for me. I hope I don't see it in 51. I hope I don't see it in 52. I'm just kind of like, what are we doing here? Christian going home is sad. He was a great narrator for the season. I just think who he is. I think he just did a little too much, and I think he aligned with Devins. And the problem is when you align with somebody who's on the outs who also doesn't have a lot of social power, social equity, and it was close. It was a 6-4 vote, something like that. I think that's where problems start to arise. And I think Christian and Devins were just 2 outsiders, and that's a problem. And I think on Camilla, guys, I'm sorry. I don't know if like this fucking dust is blowing in my nose. Like, I don't know why this always happens when I film. Maybe it's because I'm yapping too much. Anyways, but going back to Kyle and Camilla's season, I think what really worked well there is Camilla was more so on the outside. And oh my God, I'm going to break my fucking nose. And Kyle was more on the inside. And that's how they were able to protect each other. And I think that's it was such a great alliance, and it was such a good idea. And it's just phenomenal strategy going into these games. But when you have 2 people who are on the outsides, it's hard to really make waves anywhere and to get people to change their minds to the decision makers of the game. But that is it for the recap episode of episode 8 and 9, guys. I hope you enjoyed just a little of me yapping. I hope you take a little bit of these quips and quibs, and it helps you analyze strategy going forward on this season, on Big Brother seasons, on Amazing Race seasons, on, I don't know, any other seasons. But guys, that's really all we have for us today. Jordan got a new job. Yay! And I'm going to be with him next week because we have a Bryson Wendell event, which is going to be so much fun. And we're probably going to film the podcast together then. But he has his new job. We're going to have little clips, little stuff for you. It's going to be so exciting. But guys, that is it for episode 8 and 9 of Survivor 50. I hope you enjoyed. You can follow me. Wait, let me go to the banners because, bitch, I kind of know how to work this thing now. You can follow me. Hi, everyone. Oh, I'll just hide my face. You can follow me everywhere at Daniel_Cusimano. You can follow Jordan everywhere at It's Jordan Staff. And you can follow our other co-host, Corey Tyler, at QURITYLER. Love my life. I love her so much. But guys, thank you so much for joining us today. And we will see you in the next one. Oh, also, me and Jordan, we will be recapping All-Stars 11 of RuPaul's Drag Race. We will be doing that. And then we're already heading into Big Brother. We're about to be in May. Isn't that crazy? And Big Brother starts like July. So we're really like boot scooting and boogieing. But yeah, we'll finish this out. We'll do RuPaul's Drag Race and then we're doing Big Brother. But guys, it's It's so exciting. So catch us on the Flippity Flop. If you want us to recap any other reality TV shows, let us know. And if there's an overwhelming majority, we will do it for you. But we love you guys, and we will talk to you later. Bye. Wait, fuck, guys. I had it ready. One more time. Bye.